Massive concrete awning collapses in NYC. Final destination moment. This Sunday morning, a colossal concrete awning crashed onto a Brooklyn sidewalk in what witnesses say felt straight out of a Final Destination film. A historic 10 by 20-foot marquee that has long sheltered the entrance to the Hotel St. George over the Clark Street subway station gave way just after 7 a.m. on Sunday, sending a thunderous roar echoing through Brooklyn Heights. Miraculously, no one was hurt. An outcome city officials warned might have been far more tragic on a weekday morning packed with commuters. Councilmember Lincoln Ressler, who has been fielding complaints for years about the station's grimy, poorly maintained condition, described his shock at seeing the steel and concrete slab crumble. He pointed out that the head of New York City Transit had toured the station just 2 days earlier at his request, yet nothing prevented this near catastrophe. Ressler highlights a pattern of neglect. The overhang hadn't been cleaned in ages. The small businesses operating beneath it bake in summer heat, and the landlord shows no sign of proper upkeep. But here's where it gets controversial. Should the burden of safety rest on the property owner, the MTA, or city inspectors, who green-lighted the building's historic status without enforcing regular structural checks? City building officials now warn that a sister marquee on the station's opposite entrance is also deteriorating. With visible rust and cracks, it seems only a matter of time before another piece of architecture, designed in the 1800s, gives way, unless swift repairs are ordered. The once grand Hotel St. George, at one time New York's largest hotel, is now a patchwork of retail shops and apartments. Its former opulent lobby serves as the subway entrance. But the facade's decay raises questions about preserving historic landmarks versus ensuring public safety. And this is the part most people miss. Beautiful heritage sites can become deadly hazards without rigorous ongoing maintenance. Aliane Rojas, a student living in the building, compared the collapse to a sudden thunderstorm of concrete. She worries that age alone caused the failure, but might modern demands and lax oversight have played a bigger role? Jamie Dalton, a local resident, summed it up best. Thank God it wasn't 7 a.m. on a Monday. Indeed, luck spared lives this time, but it also exposed a systemic failure in how we protect our city's people and its history. What do you think? Who should be held responsible when historic structures turn dangerous? The landlord, the transit authority, or the city's building department? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. Giant awning collapse in Brooklyn. Clark Street subway entrance shut down. Imagine walking down a bustling Brooklyn sidewalk only to have a massive awning come crashing down right in front of you. This is exactly what happened on a Sunday morning outside a Brooklyn residential building, leaving onlookers shaken, but thankfully without any reported injuries. The incident occurred at the St. George Tower, where a large awning, approximately 10 feet by 20 feet in size, collapsed onto the sidewalk, prompting a swift response from the authorities. But here's where it gets interesting. The awning's collapse didn't just affect pedestrians. It also impacted the nearby Clark State subway entrance, which is now closed until further notice. As the city's Department of Buildings launched an investigation into the incident, the FDNY crews sealed off the area to prevent any further accidents. The Clark State station, which is a major transit hub, is being bypassed, and riders are being redirected to the nearby Borough Hall stop. The Hotel St. George, where the subway station entrance is located, has a rich history. It was once one of the largest hotels in the world and was later converted into co-op apartments in the 1980s. The building's unique architecture and historic significance make this incident all the more concerning. And this is the part most people miss. The fact that the subway station entrance was closed due to safety concerns raises important questions about the maintenance and upkeep of our city's infrastructure. As officials work to determine the cause of the awning's collapse, residents and commuters are left wondering what other potential hazards might be lurking in the shadows. But what do you think? Should the city be doing more to inspect and maintain its buildings? Or is this just an unfortunate accident? The fact that the DOB has deemed the canopy/overhang on Clark Street side unsafe and the station will be closed until one of the entrances is safe highlights the complexity of the issue. With no timeline for restoration in sight, it's clear that this incident will have a lasting impact on the community. So we have to ask, what can be done to prevent such incidents in the future? And how can we balance the need for safety with the need for efficient and convenient public transportation? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think the city is doing enough to prioritize safety, or are there other factors at play that need to be considered? Historic Brooklyn Hotel Marquee collapses. NTA reroutes 2-3 trains. Historic subway station crisis. Century-old Hotel Marquee collapse highlights infrastructure concerns in Brooklyn Heights. In a dramatic Sunday morning incident that could have ended in tragedy, the deteriorating marquee of the former St. George Hotel came crashing down above the Clark Street subway station in Brooklyn Heights, forcing immediate transit disruptions. But here's what makes this story particularly alarming. This wasn't just any structural failure. The incident, occurring around 7 a.m., involved a massive 15 by 20-foot steel marquee that had silently deteriorated over decades. City Building Department inspectors discovered something deeply concerning. The steel support beams had completely rusted through in multiple locations. Even more worrying, a second marquee at the station's Clark Street entrance shows similar signs of neglect, with its signage already missing letters, currently reading Hote Street, George. What's particularly fascinating about this location is its rich history. The subway entrance, dating back to 1919, was uniquely integrated into what was once New York City's largest hotel, a prestigious establishment where even President Franklin D. Roosevelt celebrated multiple birthdays. Today, the space houses retail stores, but maintains its distinctive